how I love sports.
Sports.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
The positive part of it was the guys, they said, listen, we could have done better. I kept hearing that from all the different guys.
Right.
And as long as you admit there was a problem, not point fingers at somebody, then you can get better. And so that's the way they approach training camp. They came in, they go, okay, we need to do X, Y, and Z to make ourselves a better team and try to improve in all areas. And that's coaches included, myself included. And if there's something you need to work on, we'll try to help teach that to you. And we've kind of kept that philosophy, if you want to call it, pretty consistent throughout my tenure as a head coach.
Coach Andy Reid, the Kansas City Chiefs, y'all play tonight against the Jacksonville Jags in some Monday Night Football. And Coach Reid got them rings, and you can hear the keys to his success. And some of that, y'all, we can apply to life. Hello, y'all. Welcome to the Sports Page here on SuperTalk, Mississippi. Hope you and yours are doing really well. Thanks to all of our listeners on 97.3 and 99.3 FM or SuperTalkHattiesburg.com or SuperTalkLaurel.com. Hope that you and yours are doing just right. Y'all, we're glad to be here. This is a short week for yours truly. We will be here today and, of course, got tomorrow. And then Southern Mississippi, the Golden Eagles, head to Statesboro, Georgia, to take on Georgia Southern. The game will be aired on ESPN2, nationally televised, on Thursday evening, right after 6 o'clock. So, my goodness, what a great opportunity. The Golden Eagles are 3-2, going 3-1 in the month of September, and now going into the month of October. So we'll talk about that and a whole lot of other stuff in just a little bit. But we want to give you the rundown of some of the things that are heading up as it relates to our high school kids. And I want to start with volleyball. How about that? You know, volleyball is growing in our state. And the volleyball playoffs are going on, and we have a number of our teams playing in Class 7A with first-round games on Tuesday, it being tomorrow. Petal is at Ocean Springs, and Harrison Central is at Oak Grove. In Class 6A, Picayune is at George County, Hattiesburg is at Long Beach, and Goshen is at West Jones. In Class 5A, this is second round. I guess Stone at Sumrall, and Brookhaven is at Purvis, and that is East Central at South Jones. Second round in Class 4A includes Greene County at Newton County, Northeast Lauderdale at Bay High, Choctaw Central at Poplarville, and West Lauderdale at Pass Christian. In Class 3A, the matchups include PCS at Seminary and West Marion at Pisgah. In Class 2A, it's East Marion at Lake, North Forest at Enterprise Clark, Puckett at Lloyd Star, Clarkdale at Sacred Heart, and in Class 1A, Richton is at Ethel, Noxapater at Stringer, Nanawaya at Salem, and Sebastopol at Resurrection. Those are first and second round matchups for volleyball in our state, and those are all the local teams and their matchups, and all of that will get underway on tomorrow. High school football scores, a whole bunch of them from the past weekend, and a number of our area teams and a number of teams around the state were off this week. Number 4 Picayune was off, but number 7 Columbia played. They shut out Lawrence County 48-0. Number 9 Oak Grove beat Houston, Tennessee, a team out of Houston, Tennessee. That score was 28-25. Other scores from across our area that were played on Friday night include Clarkdale over Bay Springs 12-6, Columbia over Lawrence County 48-0, East Marion over Sacred Heart 36-14. Other scores from across our area include Forest over Mendenhall 37-26. Forest County Agricultural High School beat Moss Point 6-0, y'all, in 5 overtimes. How about that? 5 overtimes. That means it was 0-0 for the whole regular first, second, third, and fourth quarter, 4 overtimes, and then Forest County, the Aggies, scored a touchdown in the 5th overtime. 6-0 was that final. Heidelberg over Enterprise Clark, 58-0. Lake was a winner over Newton, 38-14. Lloyd Star over Wilkinson County, 29-18. Lumberton over Perry Central, 26-20. McGee over Jefferson Davis County, 36-35. My goodness, 1 point separated. My goodness, 36-35. Macomb over Poplarville, 35-34, 1 point separated that game as well. Nanawaya over Leake County, 20-14 in overtime. Newton County over Northeast Lauderdale, 39-6. North Forest over Collins, 30-20. Oak Grove over Houston, 28-25. PCS over St. Patrick, 36-0. Petal is over West Jones, 45-6. That game was heard here on SuperTalk Mississippi, SuperTalk 97.3. Raleigh over McLaurin, 56-0. Richton over Resurrection, 28-7. Scott Central beat Puckett, 49-0. South Jones over Long Beach, 35-7. Stone over St. Stanislaus, 42-7. Sumrall continues to win, everybody. They beat Seminary 20-7. Taylorsville over Stringer, 49-12. What else do we have? West Marion over Tylertown, 35-34. My goodness, these games were tight. In the MAIS, Brookhaven Academy over Adams Christian, 19-15. Columbia Academy, Coach Joey Hawkins' team beat Central Hines, 33-7. Leake Academy over Canton Academy, 51-7. Other games in the MAIS include Park Lane Academy over Riverfield, Louisiana, 35-0. British Christian over Kemper Academy, 26-14. Simpson Academy over Oak Forest, 21-14. Tri-County over Wayne Academy, 36-7. And the last one has Lamar School over Mize, a tight one, 34-27. Those are the games that were played on this past Friday. So you saw a slate of volleyball games that will begin on Tuesday in the playoffs. You got the high school scores from this past weekend. So what will happen this weekend? Well, of course, we talked about Southern Mississippi. We'll talk about that in just a minute. We'll hear from the coach over there in just a little bit. Some interesting things going on over there. Clarkdale is taking on Union on this coming Thursday night. Clarkdale is 6-0. Union is 6-0. Hattiesburg will play on Thursday night. The Tigers will be at Jim Hill. Pelahatchie is at Newton. Puckett is at Lake. Quitman is at Pisgah. Those games all played on Thursday night. For high schools on Friday night, we got a bunch of games around. We got Brookhaven is at Laurel. Collins is at Perry Central. Enterprise Clark is at Bay Springs. Forest is at Raleigh. Forest County is at Pass Christian. That should be a good one. Pass Christian's 5-1. Forest County 4-2. Jefferson Davis County will be at Seminary. Lawrence County is at South Pike. Lumberton is at Richton. Macomb is at Columbia. Columbia undefeated. Macomb undefeated. McLaurin is at McGee. McGee is 5-1. Mize is at Heidelberg. Heidelberg is 4-2, the defending state champs. Morton is at Mendenhall. Newton County is at West Lauderdale. North Forest is at East Marion. PCS is at Greene County. Pearl is at Meridian. Pearl River Central is at Hancock. Petal takes on Oak Grove. Both those teams, y'all, are 4-2, and the game will be played on Friday night. Let's see. It is Purvis at East Central. St. Andrews is at Southeast Lauderdale. St. Patrick at West Marion. I didn't get to tell everybody, Petal and Oak Grove will be on SuperTalk on 97.3 on Friday night. Sebastopol is at McAdams. Sumrall is at South Jones. South Jones 6-0. Sumrall at 5-1. Man, that should be a sure enough throwdown. Taylorsville is at Resurrection. Tylertown is at St. Stanislaus. Valma Jackson is at Kemper County. Wayne County is at Stone. West Jones is at George County. West Lincoln is at Salem. Brookhaven Academy is at Park Lane. That should be a good one. Park Lane is 6-0. Brookhaven is 5-1. Lamar School is at Hartfield Academy. Lamar is 6-1, and they'll be on the road. Prentice Christian is at Ben's Ford. Simpson Academy is at Copiah Academy. Columbia Academy at 4-2. Coach Joey Hawkins' team, they'll be at Sacred Heart. That should be a really good one. And Stringer is at Wayne Academy. Those are the games from our area teams, with games being played on this coming Thursday and Friday night. Of course, Thursday is a big game, a big night for all of our community colleges, but also it is a great night for college football. Oh, yeah. Southern Mississippi is playing on the road in Statesboro against Georgia Southern. And the head coach for Georgia Southern is Coach Clay Hilton. And He met the media today, and he had these words to say. Their team is off to a 2-3 start, but this is a nationally televised game, and there's a lot of interest both around the country and also in Georgia for a lot of reasons. Here's Coach Helton today.
I know it produces frustration because we did not play Georgia Southern football in the last game. But I look forward to the next opportunity to make that happen. And I look forward to the trust of building continued trust with Eagle Nation as we hopefully prepare and keep going to our fourth postseason.
But is bowl games the ultimate goal or winning a championship?
No, championship is always here, Josh. I've said that from day one, always. I look forward to having the opportunity where that is the standard each and every year. And I look at the guys and what they've done in their time here, to be able to talk about going to 4 straight bowl games, and that's a special thing, but also, putting us as a conference contender. We did that last year. We're in our second conference game this year against a really good opponent on national TV, and we're focused on that. I've always been about believing and being in the moment and trying to go 1-0 on the week and working as hard as you can on that. And so that's always a huge challenge, especially for young people, especially for players, young coaches.
My goodness, it's going to be a good one. We'll be back with more of the sports page in just a moment.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to SuperTalk, Mississippi. We're doing all right. Hope you and yours are doing good, y'all. By the time we get to the weekend, those temperatures are going to be a little cooler in the evening time. Yeah, they are. My goodness. Cannot wait. If you'd like to be a sponsor of this program or any SuperTalk local program, go to supertalkhattiesburg.com or supertalklaurel.com, and you can get all the information. And our general manager is Bob Scoop Getty. And, man, it'll be a great – radio's the way to go. People can be listening to you while they're driving. They can be listening to you while they're working out or at the gym or at that business or at home or around the country, all through the Southeast, and also, around the world. So, hey, that's the way to go. It's the way to go. Radio is the way to go. And also a way to go is to talk to Sean Wansley every week. Yeah, you got to talk to Sean. Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College. Sean, hello. How are you?
Hey, Mitch. Everything is great. How are you?
Doing good. I hear noise behind you, Sean. What you got going on?
I think we play volleyball every Monday night, Mitch.
Come on. Yes, sir.
I know it's been the case pretty much since the regular season started, and I think for about the next 3 more weeks we'll be doing it. But right now, Jones is hosting Meridian, and the Bobcats are leading 22-12 here in the first set. About to clinch this first set. But the Bobcats having a great year. Coach John Dusoy's team, they're 18-1 overall. They lead the conference with an 8-1 record. Had wins over Southwest and Northwest last week. They went 4-0 at the Gulf Shores tournament over the weekend. And after we play Meridian tonight, we host Selma tomorrow night at 5, and we're at Itawamba on Wednesday. So the Bobcats are not ranked in the top 25, but they did receive votes in a national poll today. That's kind of a big deal. I don't believe a Mississippi school has ever been ranked, but if Coach Dusoy's team can go 3-0 this week, maybe we'll get in those rankings next week. But, we're on the downside of the conference schedule, got a few games left, and Jones in first place, and hopefully we can hold on to that and get a conference championship for Coach Deuce and these Bobcats here in a couple of weeks.
Sean, that's crazy. I mean, the program is not older than, baby socks. I mean, just not that old. And now you're competing for championships. My goodness, that's crazy. Just crazy.
Yeah, they won the region last year, so we're trying to win the conference and the region this year.
Ooh, Lord have mercy. Y'all listen to Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director Jones, and we're talking volleyball, and y'all can hear that noise behind him. But soon on Thursday, after a week off, it's more football. Give us an update. What the Bobcats going to be doing this coming Thursday?
Yeah, the Bobcats like everyone else, we had an open date last week for the entire conference. Coach Latrell Pollard said it was a good, productive week of practice for the Bobcats. He said they were just trying to improve themselves, not worry about anybody else last week. But this Thursday, we return to action at Bobcat Stadium, Sim Cooley Field, a 7 o'clock kick against the Hines Eagles, the number 9 team in the nation. And Hines is having a great year. They're 4-1. They are in half a game behind Gulf Coast in the South Division with a 2-0 record. Chris Jones is their coach. He was a longtime high school coach
in
Mississippi at Starkville, and he's done a great job there. They've got a fine team. They got a very good quarterback. It seems like we say that every week. But Jones has an outstanding quarterback as well, Javarian Glover. He was the player of the week in Mississippi after the win over Holmes a couple of weeks ago. And he's had a phenomenal year as a true freshman out of Amanda Elsie High School. But that's a big game for Jones. We pretty much have to win out to have a shot of making postseason play. We're 3-2 overall, 2-0, 0-2 in the South Division. So we got to beat Hines this week and do our best and hope we can get some more wins throughout the remainder of the year. But that's going to be a big challenge. 7 o'clock kick Thursday night here in Ellisville.
Y'all hear Sean at a volleyball game giving us updates about a big old football game, and, man, basketball is here. Basketball, they're rumbling and practicing basketball. How about some updates on that and also some soccer?
Yeah, on basketball, Coach Newton Mealer's team went to Georgia this weekend, and they had a very fine showing at a JUCO, the Corey Black Invitational, they call it. It's a big JUCO tournament, teams all over the country, and Coach Mealer's team went 3-0. Had an outstanding trip. They're going to Dallas, Texas this week for a big jamboree over there, and they will open regular season play October the 31st at West Memphis, Arkansas. They're going to play Arkansas State Mid-South. And on the women's side, Coach Trista Whitman's team, she's got a trip this weekend. She's going to Mansfield, Texas, which is very, very close to Dallas, and they've got a big jamboree event over there. So basketball getting very, very close. I know Coach Trista's team will host Southeastern Baptist College on October the 21st in an exhibition game, give folks a chance to see our Bobcats in action before we get into regular season play. But optimistic about both teams on the basketball front.
Yeah.
I think they're going to, Coach Mealer, they lost a whole bunch of guys off of that team last year, but he's very excited about this group. And on the soccer field, our women's soccer team, Coach Dolores Deasley, they moved up to number 5 in the national rankings today. They're 7-1-2 overall, 4-0-1 in conference play. Had a big win over East Central last Friday. They got 2 big games this week. They're at number 9 Gulf Coast tomorrow night, and they host number 4 Holmes on Friday night. That's going to be a major game right there. Holmes has lost only 1 game this year, and that was to number 1 Northwest. So that's going to be a huge week for Coach Dolores Deasley's soccer team. On the men's side, the Bobcats are 8-2-1 overall, 3-0-1 in conference play. Had a good win over East Central last week. And they've got the same schedule this week. They're at Gulf Coast tomorrow. That's going to be a tough match against a good Bulldog team there, and they host Holmes on Friday. And in conference play on the men's side, Pearl River is 4-0-1, and Jones and Itawamba are both 3-0-1. So very, very close standings, and we've got a few more games to play, and then we can talk about postseason play for our soccer teams. But both teams are doing quite well, both in contention for postseason play.
My goodness. Boy, you got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, Sean, you got job security. So tell everybody how to keep up with the Bobcats and anything else you want to add.
Yeah, a couple more things. The golf team in action in Meridian today. Last I saw, we were in second place at the Meridian tournament. Coach Bob Harrington's team had a good first day, interrupted by rain. I'm trying to finish that round up today. That tournament will end tomorrow. And baseball, some fall baseball tomorrow at Community Bank Park, Jones and Pearl River at 11 a.m. And After that, it's Coastal Alabama North and Pearl River at 2, and then Jones plays Coastal Alabama North at 5. And on the softball field, Coach Torrey Dew's team, they'll be in Hattiesburg on Wednesday at William Carey for a 4 o'clock doubleheader. And Coach Torrey's team will go down to Nicholls State and play on Friday. So all kind of fall league stuff going on, golf, a little bit of everything. As far as keeping up with the Bobcats, jcbobcats.com is our main site. All of the scores, schedules, rosters, results, everything is listed there. And to learn more about the Bobcats, you can go to Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram and search Jones College Athletics.
All right, Sean, we hope to hear from you same time, same place next week, my friend. Thank you.
All right, Mitch, and volleyball just won the first set 25-13. So we started set 2.
They rolling, my goodness. Thank you, Sean.
Rolling, that's right. Appreciate it, Mitch. Thanks.
Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones. And did you hear the news? The Saints won their first game.
It's good. You guys got everyone you need. Okay. Really, came out of the game relatively clean. Obviously, there's plenty of maintenance things that have to occur during this week, but Justin's in concussion protocol. That's the only one that we'll have to navigate as the week goes. And then some of our guys coming off of injuries. Obviously, we'll see how this week progresses with some of those guys. Caesar, Dylan, and obviously Chase. So.
Kellen Moore gets his first win. He meets the media and talks about he got a few guys that may not make it because, they got to play the New England Patriots next week. And, New England beat Buffalo in Buffalo, y'all, this past Sunday. Yeah, they did. Yeah. I know somebody who can't stand New England, but they may be cheering for them against the Saints. Should be a great game. The Saints got their first win. We'll see how they respond. But, my goodness, New England beat Buffalo at Buffalo. That should be a really awesome and incredible game. Also, what might be incredible as well, y'all, about this time in about 72 hours, Southern Mississippi will be at Georgia Southern in a nationally televised game on ESPN2. Lock it in. Maybe have a party or what. It should be great on national television, Southern Mississippi. My goodness, y'all, it's going to be good. Never been to Statesboro, Georgia. Looking forward to seeing what that looks like. Well, when we come back, we'll talk to the new Associate Athletic Director at Pearl River. Yeah, got a brand new job, got a whole lot of new things to say. The sports page here on Super Talk Mississippi continues in just a moment.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
All right, welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi, y'all. We've been running. Hopefully we'll give you a rundown of all the high school matchups of football games slated for Friday in just a little bit. Don't forget, y'all, we have been plugging and will continue to plug the car show, the FCA car show, which will be on November the 15th. In fact, we might run a little something on that in just a little bit. So you can go to southeastmsfca.org and get more information. So on today, y'all, we've got someone that I want you guys to listen to and meet. He'll be someone that hopefully we'll have back on the broadcast over and over again. He is the new Assistant Sports Information Director at Pearl River Community College. He's now going to be my friend, Grant McLeod. Hello, Grant. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Glad to have you. Thank you for taking a few minutes to be with us. And, we love Dylan. We and we love the whole group over there. So congratulations on the new position and your thoughts about just serving in that sports information department, which really is so active now because all the sports over there at Pearl River do so well.
Yeah, I started my third week today. It's been really great. And like you said, Dylan is really good, great guy. I love working with everybody there.
So, Grant, tell me a little bit about what's happening now. I would imagine there's fall baseball going on, and then there's football, of course, and then there's soccer, and then there's volleyball. Kind of give us a gist of what's going on campus at Pearl River right now.
Yeah, tomorrow fall baseball starts or continues at Jones. They play a doubleheader at 11-2 tomorrow. Football is going to travel to Co-Lin this week. That should be a great game. And volleyball is actually playing right now. I think they're in the third set, or maybe I think they're in the fourth set against Itawamba. And then soccer, men's and women's soccer. Men's played Northwest. They beat them 5-1. Great match. And the women fell short at 2-1. But Northwest is a great program, and it always hurts to lose.
Yeah, I mean, and especially in the community college league here in Mississippi. I mean, you got to be good every week against everybody. It doesn't matter because seemingly everybody's really, really good, and there's nobody that's going to be kind of, cutting the curve, so to speak, of being the only good team in league play. So, tell me a little bit about what you do day to day. I would imagine, I mean, going and talking with coaches, and then how do you gather all that information that y'all get from all those teams you just talked about and get it out to the public?
Well, we do a great job of just really communicating, and me and Dylan, we're learning how to divide the work because it's just been Dylan for 4 years now. So he's debating on what he's willing to give up because he does enjoy his job so much. And right now I'm mostly, I'm his right-hand man doing everything he does. I'm writing articles and covering all the sports, meeting coaches, trying to learn names.
So what do you enjoy the most out of your job, Grant?
The thing I enjoy the most is that I get paid to watch, read, listen, talk about, write sports, and that's something I've always wanted to do.
Well, it sounds like you got the exuberance with it. So with this being an assistant sports information director, I mean, you're young in your career. What would you like to see this be a building block to doing one day, Grant?
Honestly, I'm perfectly content with just staying at Pearl River and working my way up. I've fallen in love with it in the first 3 weeks here. It's been great, and I went to junior college. My mom worked at a junior college, and I love the junior college atmosphere.
Awesome. Well, Grant, thank you so much for being with us, and knowing that I'm sure we'll talk again about a number of things. Is there anything you want to add about what's going on campus?
I mean, I think homecoming's in a couple weeks. Want everybody to come to that. Yeah. And soccer plays at home this week. Volleyball travels to East Central. It'd be nice to see as many faces as we could get at all the home games.
How do people can follow the Wildcats? How can they get all the information?
Well, they can go to our website. We update it daily, and you can stream it at prccmedia.com to watch all the away games.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Grant. I'm sure we'll talk again soon. Thank you again.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye now. Grant McLeod, y'all, the new sports information director or assistant sports information director under Dylan Dunaway at Pearl River. And, he's got a lot of exuberance, and he's ready to do that thing. We're going to talk about doing that thing, in about a month. We got a car show, and we're going to have this commercial here on SuperTalk a lot. And we're going to see if some of y'all might want to come to it. Y'all want to listen to this commercial? This is what this commercial says.
FCA Cars on Mission Car Truck and Bike Show. Saturday, November 15th at Temple Baptist Church, 5220 Old Highway 11, Hattiesburg. 10 till 2, a family-friendly event. Enjoy barbecue on site. For more on this Fellowship of Christian Athletes event or to pre-register your ride, visit southeastmsfca.org.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Williams from FCA of Southeast Mississippi. We believe a life is changed every day in athletics here at home and around the world, and we need your support.
Saturday, November 15th, the FCA Cars on Mission Car Truck and Bike Show at Temple Baptist Church in Hattiesburg, 5220 Old Highway 11.
Cars on Mission, y'all, and that's right before our Southern Miss plays football game later on that afternoon, that morning now, between 10 and 2. You can come out there and see some of those great cars at Temple Baptist Church. All that information at southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org. All right, guys, so who's going to be playing this week? Well, let's give you some of the high school games scheduled for this coming weekend. They'll begin on Thursday. It'll be Clarkdale at Union. Hattiesburg is at Jim Hill. Pelahatchie is at Newton. Puckett is at Lake. Quitman is at Pisgah. Friday's games, well, we got a number of them all over the place. And they include Brookhaven will be at Laurel. Collins is at Perry Central. Enterprise Clark is at Bay Springs. Forest is at Raleigh. Raleigh is 5-1. Forest County, the Aggies, who won 6-0 in 5 overtimes last week, is at Pass Christian. Pass Christian is 5-1. Jefferson Davis County is at Seminary. Lawrence County is at South Pike. Lumberton is at Richton. Macomb 6-0 at Columbia 6-0. And I'm going to tell y'all now, if you go into that game, you better get there early. That should be so many folks because they're right down the road from each other. And it's going to be a lot of folks for a key game. It's 6-0 versus 6-0. Macomb at Columbia. McLaurin is at McGee. Mize is at Heidelberg. Morton is at Mendenhall. Newton County is at West Lauderdale. North Forest is at East Marion. PCS is at Greene County. Pearl is at Meridian. Pearl River Central is at Hancock. Petal is at Oak Grove. Both those teams are 4-2. You can hear that game on SuperTalk 97.3, SuperTalkHattiesburg.com. Purvis is at East Central. St. Andrews is at Southeast Lauderdale. St. Patrick is at West Marion. Sebastopol is at McAdams. Sumrall is at South Jones. Taylorsville is at Resurrection. Tylertown is at St. Stanislaus. Velma Jackson is at Kemper County. Wayne County is at Stone. West Jones is at George County. West Lincoln is at Salem. Brookhaven Academy is at Park Lane. Lamar School at 6-1 is at Hartfield Academy. Prentice Christian is at Ben's Ford. Simpson Academy is at Copiah Academy. Columbia Academy, Coach Hawkins' team is at Sacred Heart. Taking Ed Smith's team, 4-2 and 4-2. They'll be playing at Sacred Heart. And Stringer is at Wayne Academy. Those are all the games slated for Thursday and Friday for all the high schools, y'all. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of that, will unfold. My goodness. So how about this, man? That's just something that the Saints have won their first game. Let's hear some more from Coach Kellen Moore in his news conference earlier today.
The more time on task, the more we'll be able to build those roles for those guys. I thought both those guys did a really good job. Obviously, limited role, just coming off of the PUP. But I thought there's a lot of positives there.
With like some young players or players that are new to you and everything, the ramp up can be a little lengthy. Is the ramp up for those guys a little faster just because of their veteran status?
Yeah, they certainly have more exposure to football, and they can lean on those experiences. And so I thought those guys were really ready. You saw it Wednesday when they got out there to practice. It just felt like they were ready to go, and they could execute at a really good level. And so obviously there's time that'll increase the volume for those guys, but they're in a good place.
Congratulatory messages on the first win, text messages, emails, whatever.
Yeah. No, it's it's been a journey for our entire group, and so really excited for our guys to get the win, and certainly shows how the NFL community is a unique community in the sense that all of us kind of share these different challenges and obstacles that we all take through an NFL season, and so it's always awesome to hear that.
What did you think of your offensive line's performance in pass pro specifically?
To zero sacks against that group is phenomenal. I thought Kelvin and Tully playing, tackles against those premier edge rushers, I thought they just did a phenomenal job. The whole group as a core did. Eric leading the way. I thought there were so many positives there. Trevor getting back in the mix. Selly going in there and just battling every play. It's an awesome group.
Has Jonas' production so far surprised you?
The head football coach for the New Orleans Saints, one Kellen Moore, pretty excited and saying that he got some texts and all these other different things after getting his first win. How about that? So don't forget, y'all, we do have football on these radio stations this weekend. Of course, the Jones County game of the week will be Laurel versus Brookhaven. That will be on 99.3. On 97.3 will be Petal versus Oak Grove. So you can get both those on SuperTalk Mississippi, SuperTalkHattiesburg.com, SuperTalkLaurel.com. And know that Crusader Talks at the top of the hour on 97.3 and SuperTalk Hattiesburg.com. Don't forget Inside Pedal Football is on Tuesday nights here on SuperTalk. And also know that Inside the Locker Room is here on Thursday nights with Coach Joey Hawkins. We got so much local programming, y'all. And, of course, y'all see us on Monday. So y'all come see us and jump around with us and listen to us because we got a whole lot. And a lot of radio stations don't do what Super Talk does. But it's local. And want to thank Bob Getty for allowing a lot of that to happen. When we come back, we'll cross the T and dot the I and get ready for the rest of the week. Don't forget now, it's an NFL football game going on tonight. Kansas City and Jacksonville. Who you got? Y'all know who we cheering for, don't you? Yeah. We'll be back.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to Super Talk, Mississippi. Hope you and yours are doing just right. We've been moving and grooving and doing what we're doing, and it's just good. Couple of things that we want to remind everybody about. Of course, we got kids, looks like on this coming weekend, that will be participating in not only volleyball, but high school football, and there's community college soccer and stuff. We're asking all of our parents and all of our community people, go support those children. Go do it. Sometimes it's easier just to kind of look back, and because everybody's streaming video, these things and what. But if you can go and check them out, that'd be awesome if you could do that. Our kids oftentimes, when you listen to them, they deal with a lot of abandonment. They fill that hole up with something else that sometimes it's not real healthy. So if you would, a couple other different things too, y'all. The Mississippi-Alabama All-Star Game is back in Hattiesburg. It's every other year. So it will be at the Rock on the weekend of December the 13th. And coaches out there know that we will have lunch for you. FCA will sponsor the lunch at halftime, as always. We had 100 and something coaches, 125, 150 coaches 2 years ago. We'll be in the M Club. We'll give you some more information about that. That's on December 13th, so unbelievably only 2 months away. And then FCA will, of course, we do a breakfast for all the players from Mississippi, Alabama. It's kind of crazy. 2 years ago, we had Ryan Williams, the wide receiver out of Alabama, that was up there in that room. And, it's just a little different now. Those kids come in there and they play their last high school game, so to speak. And the next thing you know, NIL hits, and it's just different. Really, really different. And great kid, a lot of great kids, and a bunch of NFL football players that were in that room. And we'll have Coach Johnny Mims on, the executive director of the Mississippi Association of Coaches. We'll get him on in here sometimes real soon, and some other different things that are going on. Now, if you'd like to support a really great mission, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, please feel free. Go to our website at southeastmsfca.org. We've got these different events that are coming up, and that we'd love to have some corporate sponsorship and some help on it, because we're around kids all the time. And as we get toward November, December, y'all, we're going to be hitting games. We got devotionals. We got all kind of things. I want to thank Coach Marcus Balls for having Kendall Lumpkins there for their devotional at Bethel High School. And, our folks are out this past week. So thank you so much for all of that. And if you want to contact me, you can always email me at mitchellwilliams@fca.org, mitchellwilliams@fca.org, if we can serve you in any kind of way. And I told our staff, once we kind of get out of football season, I'm going to be getting out and seeing a whole lot of schools and seeing some things. So looking forward to that. All right, y'all. this is the thought for today comes from 1 Thessalonians 5:18. 1 Thessalonians 5:18. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of the Lord in Christ Jesus for you. In everything give thanks, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. Since you're thankful to God, how about telling him? And keep telling him. And keep telling him every day if you're thankful. You know, we're blessed beyond reason, right? Blessed beyond measure. Talking to a few folks about that today, you know, that we can get up and move around and do things. A lot of people can't do that. And, you know, we in turn, you know, are instructed to approach the Lord, you know, with reverence and thanksgiving because of it. But sometimes, y'all, in the crush of every day, we simply don't stop long enough to pause and thank God for the countless blessings that he gives us. He has just bestowed so much on us. You know, when we slow down and express our gratitude to the Lord who made us, we actually enrich our own lives and the lives of those around us. Thanksgiving should become more of a habit, right? You know, I hear our coaches talk about that all the time, that, you know, you don't win oftentimes on your ability, but you do fall back on your habits. That's where your success is. And what if Thanksgiving was a habit and it was a regular part of our daily routine? God has blessed us so much, y'all, and we owe him everything, including our eternal praise. Here's the question. Are you a thankful person? Do you appreciate the gifts that God's given you? And do you demonstrate that gratitude by being a faithful steward of what he's given you? Yeah. We all should be thankful, right? After all, when we stop and think about it, God has given us more than we can actually count. So the question of the day is, will you thank God, or will you spend your time and energy doing other things? God's always listening. And are you willing to say thanks? This brother Dietrich Bonhoeffer said, it is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. Amen to that. From all of us to all of you, we hope that you and yours are doing just right and doing good. Know that Crusader Talk is at the top of the hour on 97.3 and SuperTalkHattiesburg.com. Until then, we hope that you have an awesome and incredible weekend. Want to talk to you same time and same place. Awesome week, not weekend. Same time, same place. And cheer on those Eagles who play on Thursday. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.